my presentation is about recycling knowledge, recycling resources, indigenous agriculture in the age of 4IR. Looking at the world's unprecedented food security challenge that we are facing, which is predicting that maybe by 2050, the global population will be, the global population will reach the place where there will be food insecure. So this is an innovation which is already in place and is still progressing, but we are working with some of the communities around the universities. Our university is a rural-based university, and around it we have got communities that support us by sending students. So, and we are, as Venda, we are known by having a rich agricultural area, or a rich area where food is in galore. But due to this effect of climate change and everything, now things start to change. So global food security is a challenge because of the increase in population growth and the limited arable land. So this is where we are now facing a lot of food insecurity because of the causes of climate change, wherein it resulted in water scarcity and soil degradation. So here in Venda biosphere, there is still resilience. We still have resilience through indigenous practices, and the biodiversity still is very rich. Because if you can maybe look at the United Nations report, you'll find that the Venda Biosphere Reserve is the third biggest from the world biospheres. So recycling knowledge plus digitization here can lead to the organic manure residues, and leveraging this for IR technologies, the Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence together with smart farming technology can make the country food secure. So agricultural development demands that the central so agriculture is the central for poverty alleviation. So it's the main pillar of alleviating poverty, so to say, and food security together with economic growth. And sustainable agricultural pillars are economic, social, and environmental. It means that if you are agricultural, our agriculture landscape and spaces is well maintained, we can also keep the economy, the society, and the environment intact. So it means that there is a need, or there is a need for policy commitment, wherein in South Africa we have the white paper wherein they were trying to develop policies on integration of IKS when it comes to agriculture. We also have the discussion now on NEPAD, on lately or recently on G20, which they are now looking at how can they do best to maintain the agricultural policies, and to maintain the economy of the country, because agriculture is the main pillar of the economy in SA and global as it is. So sustainable agriculture in South Africa leads to, because of this sustainable agriculture in South Africa, we can maintain the issue of solving the problem of unemployment and high poverty, which is now a very problematic issue. Every day when we look at the media houses, we will find that the unemployment rate is just rising day by day. So the statistics are just showing that. And food insecurity can also be curbed by agriculture because about 4 million South Africans are affected by food insecurity. And soil degradation also can also be curbed by this sustainable agriculture because 50% of it is eroded because of the climate change that we are facing. So the issue of water scarcity also is a problem because a large number or a vast number of land is semi-arid, which means that the land is dry and more drier to can yield fruits. So climate change impacts, which are droughts and biodiversity loss, are just affecting the country massively or vastly. So, climate change and African agriculture. So, climate change increases the intensify of weather patterns, such as of heavy rainfall, droughts, floods, and excessive heat waves, which affect rainfall patterns, which affect production negatively. It also increases floods, droughts, and heat waves. And the consequences are that food and biodiversity decline and worsening water scarcity. So indigenous solutions that can be used or be integrated can be that of intercropping, that of maybe performing rituals or rethinking about the rituals and the organic farming methods. So we also have the need to integrate IKS with Western approaches because IKS as it is cannot be applicable. But if we can maybe integrate it using the innovative side of the 4IR technologies, we can go where else we were not able to go. So this is an advocate for us to integrate the two farming methods. So then policy responses and indigenous knowledge. We already have the white paper, as I said, and we have the land care and the food security programs that are already on place. So this that needs to be studied further in order to make sure that we are finding ways of navigating sustainable agriculture in South Africa and around the world. So IKS practices so IKS practices, which are in intercropping, like I said, and the manure use and the maybe the rituals where I said we have to observe the rituals like taking care of the sacred water and the protection of the biodiversity can also lead to the sustainability of our agricultural space. So the issue of hybrid approach wherein the scientific knowledge or scientific innovation and IKS will be integrated can also lead us to the sustainability of food security because of agriculture, which will be sustainable. So in the transition of us to organic agriculture, how do we do that? So there is, now as we can see, there is over-reliance on chemicals. And the over-reliance of chemicals is now causing soil and water pollution. So this is a proven science which already researched by many researchers. So this means that organic alternatives like the cow dung, the goats and chicken litter, the pig manure can help restore or restore the soil health that wherein the damage should be have been done by this chemical manure. So restoring fertility and soil structure and water retention will be an advantage. So How can we do this? Doing this, it means that it needs us to make sure that we are making awareness to our small scale farmers on how can they navigate around this, so that when they manage to practice this IKS and Western approaches integration, they will then maybe leading to the alignment of the SDGs, wherein in 2016 there will be zero hunger and zero poverty to all our African countries, because in Africa as we are, it is also stricken by food insecurity. We also have the recycling livestock waste scientific basis. I talked of the innovation side of how can we do that. So this is how we are doing it here in Limpopo, this side. We have discovered that if we can make sure that we sort this waste, especially the livestock waste, we soak the livestock waste for about 3 weeks to make it liquid, and this allows the farmers to make sure that because of water scarcity, they are navigating a way of feeding the crops together with irrigation, which is fertigation. It means that when you are irrigating your crops, when you have injected the liquid manure, it means that the irrigation and the manure side, they are going together. And now that the issue of water now will be a little bit solved. So nutrients that we have in those manure, these are the lab results that we got. We do have all this tested, and we found that they are rich. The goat manure, cow dung, chicken dung, and whatever pigs. These are the most good. I don't know, but it's very good for soil replacement. So, and it because it enhances the soil fertility and reduces reliance on the chemicals. So we can also make sure that the trainings around the communities that are practicing this small scale farming, that the communities around the institution are coming and being trained on how to do this, or how to make these applications. So recycling knowledge into enterprise oils and the use of bioreactor is an example. So this is an example which I sourced from an entrepreneur, Tapelo Piri, who is in Gauteng, who is now practicing the issue of liquid fertilizers, wherein he was using this aerobic decomposition, which accelerates nutrients and kills pathogens. So the same process should be also be scalable to cow, to goats, to pig, and to add whatever livestock waste, to make sure that we are also reaching the same good results which was performed by the liquid manure from the chickens. So circular economy, which is just a matter of showing us, circular economy is showing us how waste can be used to be something which is reliable. So maintaining consistency in live waste is very much important when practicing this method of farming, or this manure, this issue of liquefied manure. Because for us to prove that we are finding the standardized or the same results, we have to make sure that if you are sticking to 3 weeks soaking, it must be 3 weeks soaking. And if we are sticking to the feeds, if we are feeding your livestock using these types of feeds, you mustn't change the feeds in order to maintain the same quality. And it is about the irrigation methods. We have to make sure that we are finding the irrigation methods which really make sure that it's injecting the manure and the water direct to the crop. So this is some of the experiments which are already in use and they are working. So food insecurity and waste in Vembe Biosphere Reserve. This is an optional or a special example which I made here, the Vembe Biosphere Reserve or Vembe District Municipality in Tulamela, where the university is situated. The food, we have got a lot of food this side, especially the fruits. So fruits and vegetables. So because of this abundance, the abundance of food also leads to food scarcity because most of the population around here or most of the communities, they don't know how to preserve this food and make them valuable because most of the food now they run to waste, and if the food is wasted they just have to throw the food away than to make sure that they can innovate something from the wasted food or the corrupted food. So this is where now the issue of liquid manure and the issue of circular economy can come and apply or be integrated, because the same corrupted vegetables and fruits can lead to the jam making, can lead to something which can also be usable, can lead to compost. It will depend as to what product do you want to manufacture. So this is the value added from the food waste, which is jams, juice, dried fruit, and pickles, and also the reduction of waste, and also the creation of income to ensure good nutrition to the families. So recycling food waste into organic inputs. This is what should also be done, because the spoiled produce, like I said before, it made the compost. And circular economy farming replenish the nutrients. The lost nutrients now the in nutrients are now restored, and community benefiting by increasing the food security status. It means that the use of this livestock waste manure or whatever waste manure can make the agriculture to be sustainable, because they then which will are now force the community to be self-sustaining farming nation or farming community. They'll be sustaining themselves rather than relying to the assistance from somewhere. So in conclusion, a shift from extractive manure to the regenerative system is needed. It means that there should be a lot of trainings that can allow these indigenous community members to know, to adapt this to regenerative system of the 4IR. And the science of cycling, this livestock and food waste composting should also be trained to the communities, and the enterprise and the innovation, which wherein we will be applying the bioreactors where to add the value on the agricultural farming, because the issue of bioreactors and also reduce the smell from the liquid manure. So the policy alignment with SDGs and Agenda 2063 together with National Development Program for South Africa for 2030 should be achieved if we are also trying to source in the issue of circular economy in our communities. So this project recommends that upscaling circular economy is a good thing, in a way that there should be feed quality to the livestock, and the soaking periods should be consistent. And the community level cooperatives should be trained to make sure that they are well known, or they are well known, they are well versed to the methodology that will be applied, that we are trying to move to make them move to. And the technological integration, bioreactors, and the Internet of Things, and the use of modern innovative irrigation should also be applied in a way that they should the community should be trained on how to use this. So the issue of scalability means that something that can be developed, or be developed from the household behind the house, these backyard gardens, can grow up until to national level and make the community to be sustainable. This is the recommendations that we are recommending for this project of circular economy. Thank you so much.